Back here in the zone.
Yes.
And some big news that we've been waiting for some time now. The Hollywood strike, it appears, is finally over. Actors and studios reaching a tentative deal on a new contract. SAG-AFTRA, the union representing more than 150,000 film and TV performers, making the announcement last night. Its leadership voted unanimously to approve that deal, bringing an end to the 4-month walkout. The union says the deal will go before its board tomorrow for final review, and we don't know all of the details. But our Kevin McCarthy is here, and I'm sure you're ecstatic because you finally get to get back to what you do.
So excited. When I got this news last night, I literally had tears in my eyes. Because you have to understand, for 118 days, or however long the strike lasted in terms of my interviewing, I mean, I ended up finding ways to get interviews on our show, like booking things that weren't movies or TV related, like authors and musicians and things like that. I kind of had to go back to my roots of booking interviews, but now with the strike being over, as of 12:01 a.m. Pacific, 3:01 a.m. Eastern last night, or this morning, technically speaking, the strike was suspended. So you're now, the cool thing about it is all the actors that couldn't promote their work. I want to bring up David Krumholtz, for example. He's one of the stars of Oppenheimer. He wasn't able to promote his movie, and then all these months later, he can go, hey, by the way, I was in this little movie called Oppenheimer that made $950 million. This is a huge deal. Apparently, according to SAG-AFTRA, this contract is worth over $1 billion. There's a lot of aspects to it that we actually haven't fully seen yet, but we all know the hot button issues, artificial intelligence, streaming revenues. You know, these AI aspect of it was really one of the biggest parts of it. But also, one of the things that came out of this strike that I didn't fully understand was that actors who made network shows, like for example, Breaking Bad, Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston, you know, their show aired on AMC Network, but then when it went to Netflix, Aaron Paul, I'm paraphrasing him, but I don't think they made any money.
No royalties, right?
And those shows blew up. Like, there are shows that become more popular on Netflix.
Better Call Saul, which was kind of the prequel, but really the sequel took off once it hit Netflix.
But look at Suits. And Suits is a good example.
I've never watched Suits. I do now.
But now that it's on streaming,
I'm serious.
Are any of those actors getting residuals? So this new contract's going to be very interesting. This is obviously very historic. On a personal note, I'm just happy. Like, for example, next week I'm going to Paris for the premiere of Napoleon, which is Sir Ridley Scott's brand new movie. Ridley Scott directed, you know, a little film called Alien, Blade Runner, The Martian, American Gangster, the Gladiator, little movie. Yeah, he's an amazing filmmaker. So that's going to be next week.
I have a question for you. Do you think that how much did the actors have to give up to get something that they wanted? Because remember, you and I talked that the studios were just going to stall them out and not give them anything.
But they didn't, because
people are, you know, it's been 100 days. How close to you stalled us out? Okay, we'll just take this.
I don't think the actors gave up anything. I haven't seen the deal, but I mean, if we're going back a little bit in the time period, on November 4th, the studios basically offered their last, final, and best deal, and that was what the contention was over the weekend. And then leading into this week, we were wondering what was going to happen. SAG-AFTRA said that the deal was not exactly what they were looking for, and then the next day, basically, the studios, from what I understand, rephrased the text of the AI aspect of things and other parts of the deal. So it seems like the studios are the ones who actually came to the agreement. SAG-AFTRA, at least from my understanding, stood still and said, this is what we want. And again, at the end of the day, anybody out there watching this is not about the people who make hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
Everybody
this is about the people like the people who work
hundreds of thousands of people
that don't make that kind of money and rely on residuals and shows and things like that, but also all the industries that were affected, the catering industries, the filming industries, the premieres, the movie sets, the hotels, all the critics. And that was the thing, as a critic myself, I had to adjust to it, and I was able to, thankfully, because I've built contacts over the years with publicists, and I was able to actually use that to my advantage.
And the longest strike that we've seen in relation to this, I mean, we saw the writers go on strike at the same time. They were able to get a deal done much sooner, but it seems like the actors, they stuck to their guns and they said, we're not going to cave.
And last thing I will mention is this means that movies are going back into production. So films like Deadpool 3, which was like 50% shot, had to shut down for 4 months, and now they're going to restart back up. I read an article today before Thanksgiving. I know Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman want to get that movie done. Also, Beetlejuice 2, I think, has like 2 days left of filming. So we are back, baby. That's all I'm going to say. I'm so excited.
Soul Plane 2 is coming, too.
Soul Plane I love Soul Plane.
Whatever it is, bring it back. All right.
We are back, and I'm excited.
We're taking a quick break here. Kevin is very excited. Of course, we'll hear much more to come from Hollywood.
Huge interviews coming up right here on Fox 5.
In the next coming days, stay with us.